The Art of Doing Nothing, Let It Flow to You, presented by Theo E. David and the Audiobook Shelf. Welcome back to our Audiobook Shelf. We hope you enjoy the book, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to get our latest content. Enjoy. Introduction. This handbook is your companion to adopting a transformative approach to life that emphasizes being rather than doing, allowing you to connect with your true self and the flow of the universe. Imagine a life where you move with ease, experiencing joy, peace, and fulfillment without constantly striving or struggling. This book will show you how to cultivate the art of doing nothing, helping you shift into a state of effortless being. At the core of this journey is the concept of non-doing, a practice rooted in ancient wisdom and modern mindfulness. Non-doing does not mean inactivity or laziness, rather, it is about letting go of unnecessary effort and allowing life to unfold naturally. This book will help you understand and embrace this powerful approach, teaching you how to live in harmony with the natural rhythms of life. The first principle you'll explore is the power of presence. Being fully present in each moment allows you to experience life more deeply and authentically. You will learn mindfulness techniques that will help you be present in the moment, lowering stress and improving your general well-being. By cultivating presence, you can connect with your inner wisdom and respond to life's challenges with clarity and grace. Trusting the flow of life is another essential aspect of non-doing. Trusting means having faith that the universe is guiding you toward your highest good, even when the path is not clear. This book will guide you through exercises to build and strengthen your trust in the process of life. By learning to let go of control and surrender to the flow, you can open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences that align with your true purpose. Throughout The Art of Doing Nothing, you will discover practical strategies for integrating non-doing into your daily life. These include meditation techniques, breathing exercises, and practices for cultivating a mindset of acceptance and ease. By implementing these strategies, you can build a life that flows smoothly and is free from the continual pressure to accomplish and perform. Real-life ideas and examples will explain how the art of doing nothing has had a transformative effect on others. These motivational stories will demonstrate that entering a state of non-doing can result in significant personal development and fulfillment. You can gain significant insights and encouragement for your journey by learning from the experiences of others. Remember, this book was created with compassion and a profound awareness of your qualities. Each chapter aims to provide you with actionable instructions and genuine encouragement, designed to be straightforward and simple to comprehend. You will find helpful knowledge that resonates with you, regardless of where you are right now. The power to shift into a state of non-doing and transform your life is within your reach. By embracing the art of doing nothing, you can create a life filled with peace, joy, and effortless flow. You've stumbled upon a video on the art of doing nothing, haven't you? That's no accident. You're on the brink of a profound shift, moving from the hustle and bustle to a state of serene equilibrium. Imagine a guide, a step-by-step walkthrough, leading you gently down this path. Picture yourself learning to let go, aligning with life's ebb and flow, and finding beauty in imperfection. How, you ask? Well, that's what we're here to explore. Brace yourself for the liberating journey toward wisdom and contentment that lies ahead. Chapter 1. Embracing the Power of Non-Action. In the heart of chaos, you'll find that the power of non-action can be your greatest ally, providing a peaceful refuge and a clear perspective amidst life's constant challenges. Non-action, or Wu Wei as it's known in Taoist philosophy, doesn't mean doing nothing. Instead, it's about being in a state of serene acceptance where you're not forcing things but allowing life to unfold naturally. Life is like a river. Sometimes it's calm and tranquil, other times turbulent and chaotic. If you're constantly trying to control the flow, you'll find yourself exhausted and frustrated. But when you embrace non-action, you essentially opt to go with the flow, moving through life's currents with ease and grace. It sounds simple, right? But it's not always easy. Our minds are wired for action and doing. It takes practice to quiet the mind, to let go of the incessant need to act and control. Once you start embracing non-action, you'll begin to notice a shift. You'll feel less stressed, more at peace. You'll find that things work out more smoothly when you're not trying to force them. It's like watching a seed grow. You don't need to pull it up to make it grow faster. You simply water it, give it sunlight, and let nature take its course. That's the power of non-action. It's about trusting the process, letting go of the need to control every aspect of your life. It's about finding balance, harmony, and peace in the midst of chaos. Chapter 2. Letting go of forced control. Delving deeper into the practice of non-action, understanding the importance of relinquishing your habit of forced control is essential. You might find yourself gripping onto the steering wheel of life, trying to navigate every turn, bump, and unexpected detour with a level of precision that ultimately leaves you exhausted. It's a strain, isn't it? This constant need to control every aspect, every outcome, every detail. It's not sustainable, nor is it conducive to peace of mind. Consider for a moment the concept of surrender, not defeat, but a conscious release of the need to control. Changing one's perspective in a small way can bring about significant transformation. It's about trusting that you've done your part, set your intentions, and taken the necessary steps. Now it's time to let go. It's not about being passive or disengaged. Far from it. Letting go of forced control means being present in the moment, being responsive rather than reactive. It's a dance with life, a delicate balance of action and non-action, where you learn to move with grace and fluidity amidst the ebb and flow. Chapter 3. Aligning with life's natural flow. As you learn to release your grip on control, you might begin to notice a certain rhythm to life, a natural flow that you can align yourself with. This isn't about apathy or negligence, but rather a conscious decision to work with life's pace rather than against it. Imagine life as a river. Some parts are rapid and tumultuous, while others are calm and serene. You can't change the river's course or speed, but you can decide how you navigate it. In this navigation, you'll find a profound alignment with life's flow. This doesn't mean you won't encounter obstacles, but instead of resisting or trying to manipulate these hurdles, you'll learn to adjust your course and continue forward. It's about harnessing the energy present in each moment instead of wasting it in futile attempts to alter what's beyond your control. When you're aligned with life's flow, you'll find that things happen more naturally and with less struggle. Opportunities seem to present themselves at the right time, and even challenges can be seen as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Aligning with life's natural flow also brings an inner peace. You'll learn to trust in the unfolding process of life, knowing that each moment is as it should be. You'll relinquish the exhausting need to control every detail, and in doing so, you'll find a freedom and tranquility that transcends any external circumstance. Chapter 4. Understanding the cycle of striving. You might often find yourself caught in a relentless cycle of endeavoring, a perpetual pursuit of more that can leave you feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. This cycle of exerting effort isn't something you're alone in. It's a common pattern that many of us fall into. Understand that this cycle often starts with a deep-seated belief that you're not enough as you are. You might feel that you need to achieve more, do more to feel worthy or fulfilled. This belief then propels you to constantly push for more, pushing you into a never-ending cycle of effort and exhaustion. The cycle of exerting effort can also be fueled by societal pressures and expectations. You might feel the need to keep up with others, meet certain standards, or conform to what's considered normal or successful. This can intensify your efforts, making it even harder for you to break free from the cycle. But here's the thing. Exerting effort isn't inherently bad. It's natural to want to grow, improve, and achieve your goals. The problem arises when exerting effort becomes compulsive, driven by fear or a sense of inadequacy, and leaves no room for rest, relaxation, or simply being. To understand the cycle of exerting effort is to recognize these patterns in your own life. It's about becoming aware of why you're constantly pushing yourself, what you're really working towards, and whether it's truly serving you. It's the first step towards breaking free from the cycle and finding a more balanced, fulfilling way of living. Chapter 5. The illusion of constant productivity. Almost everyone falls prey to the illusion of constant productivity, a deceptive mindset that equates being busy with being successful. You're drawn into a relentless cycle of ticking off tasks on your to-do list, convinced that a packed schedule is the surest path to achievement. It's easy to get trapped in this illusion, mistaking motion for progress and overlooking the potential benefits of stillness. The truth is, you're not a machine. You weren't built for ceaseless output. Contrary to the popular adage, you aren't what you produce. Your value isn't tied to the number of tasks you complete or the hours you put in. Overworking can lead to burnout, a state of chronic physical and mental exhaustion that hinders your ability to function effectively. Moreover, the illusion of constant productivity can rob you of the present moment. In your haste to get things done, you might miss out on the simple joys of life, the beauty of a peaceful morning, the warmth of a loved one's smile, the subtle rustling of leaves in the wind. These are all things that you might tend to ignore. The art of doing nothing, then, is about challenging this illusion. It's about understanding that productivity isn't the be-all and end-all, and that there's more to life than being perpetually busy. It's about learning to pause, savor the moment, and appreciate the inherent value of stillness. Chapter 6. Redefining success and happiness. Let's take a moment to reconsider what success and happiness truly mean to us. You've been conditioned to define success by tangible achievements such as career progression and financial stability. Happiness, too, is often linked to external factors like relationships, possessions, or experiences. But in the art of doing nothing, we redefine these concepts from a different perspective. You see, when you're constantly working towards goals, pursuing after goals, it's easy to lose sight of the present moment. You're so focused on the then and there that you forget about the here and now. But what if success isn't just about reaching a destination, but also about appreciating the journey? What if happiness isn't just a result, but a way of living? Imagine defining success by your ability to stay present, to accept things as they are without the need to change or control them. Consider happiness as a state of being, not contingent on external circumstances, but on your inner peace and contentment. In this context, success becomes about inner growth and self-awareness. It's about being authentic, living in alignment with your values, and maintaining inner peace despite external chaos. Happiness, on the other hand, becomes a choice, a conscious decision to find joy in the ordinary and peace in the present moment. Chapter 7. The Beauty of Effortless Action. In the quiet whisper of time, the beauty of effortless action begins to unfurl, revealing a path where doing less can actually mean achieving more. Imagine a river flowing smoothly and naturally, untouched by worries of direction or speed. It doesn't endeavor, it simply flows. That's what effortless action, or non-doing, is all about. You might be thinking, but I've got goals. I can't just sit back and do nothing. Don't worry. Non-doing doesn't mean inaction. It's about action that's free from struggle, from the need to force things. It's about finding your flow, just like the river, and trusting it to guide you where you need to go. This doesn't mean that you'll never face obstacles or challenges. Instead, it's about handling them with grace, not getting caught up in the struggle, and not being swayed by the illusion of control. When you embrace effortless action, you're not abandoning your ambitions. You're simply shifting your approach, moving with the currents rather than against them. Chapter 8. Cultivating Inner Awareness. Each step you take toward increasing inner awareness will feel like you're embarking on a voyage into uncharted terrain. Yet it is precisely this exploration that will lead to a deeper, thorough understanding of the art of doing nothing. As you venture into this internal landscape, you'll likely discover myriad thoughts, emotions, and sensations that have often gone unnoticed. Start by simply noticing your breath. It's a constant companion, always there, quietly humming in the background of your life. Pay attention to its rhythm, its texture. Notice how it changes with your mood and physical state. You'll find that it's a barometer for your inner world, an instant gauge of your internal climate. Next, turn your attention to your body. What sensations are you feeling right now? Are there areas of tension or discomfort? What does relaxation feel like? Can you sense the energy coursing through your body? By tuning into these sensations, you're becoming more attuned to your internal state of being, enhancing your capacity for non-doing. Chapter 9. Quieting the Mind and Ego. Once you've tuned into your inner world, it's time to take the next step, quieting the often loud and demanding voices of your mind and ego. These voices can often distract you from the tranquility that's at your core. However, you must understand that these voices aren't your enemy, rather they're conditioned responses shaped by your experiences and society. Begin by simply recognizing when your mind is chattering or when your ego is trying to assert itself. It's not about suppressing these voices, but about understanding them. Pay attention to the thoughts that come up. Are they constructive or destructive? Positive or negative? Observing these patterns without judgment is the first step towards quieting the mind and ego. Next, it's important to practice mindfulness. This isn't just about meditation, it includes being present in every moment. When you're eating, focus on the taste of your food. When you're walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. By being fully present, you're training your mind to focus on the now, not the past or future. This helps quiet the constant chatter. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Your mind and ego can often be harsh critics. By showering yourself with kindness, you're reinforcing positive mental patterns. Remember, you're human, and it's okay to make mistakes. Quieting the mind and ego isn't an overnight process. It takes time and patience, but with practice, you'll find a sense of calm and peace that will guide you on your journey to the art of doing nothing. Chapter 10. Listening to your inner voice. Having tamed the chatter of your mind and ego, you're now ready to tune into a subtler but profoundly insightful voice within you. Your inner voice. This voice isn't loud or overbearing, but it's persistent and truthful. It's the quiet whisper that guides you toward authenticity and alignment with your true self. At first, it might seem challenging to distinguish your inner voice from the noise of daily life. It's easy to mistake external influences or habitual thought patterns for your inner voice. But don't be discouraged. The more you practice listening, the clearer your inner voice becomes. To get started, set aside some time each day to sit quietly and listen to your inner voice. This time should be dedicated solely to listening to what your inner voice has to say. It doesn't have to be a long period of time. Even a few moments can be enough to start. Just be patient with yourself and remember that it's a process. Your inner voice often speaks through feelings rather than words. These feelings might be a sense of peace, calm, or a gut instinct about something. If you're unsure, ask yourself if the feeling or thought you're experiencing comes from a place of love and truth. If it does, then it's likely that your inner voice is speaking. Chapter 11. Trusting in the natural order. In the gentle flow of life, one must have faith in the natural order of things. You might feel a need to control, steer, or force outcomes. Yet the art of doing nothing encourages you to trust in the organic progression of life. It's about understanding that there's a rhythm to things, a certain sequence and pattern that, if observed and respected, can make life a smoother sail. To trust in the natural order is to let go of the need for constant interference. It's not about passivity or resignation, but rather an active engagement with life, a vigilant awareness of its cycles and seasons. It's about knowing when to act and when to refrain from acting, when to speak and when to remain silent. The world around you operates on a set of natural laws that govern everything from the rotation of the planets to the growth of a seed. They function without your intervention and often in spite of it. You're a part of this natural order, not apart from it. Your life, too, has its own rhythm, its own natural course. And just as a river doesn't need to be told how to flow, you don't need to be told how to live. Chapter 12. The paradox of trying too hard. Despite your best intentions, you may find yourself falling into the paradox of putting in too much effort, where the very act of working hard for control becomes a roadblock to achieving your desired outcome. It's as if you're stuck in a hamster wheel, running harder and harder but not moving forward. You're putting in more hours, exerting more energy, yet you're not seeing the results you want. This may seem counterintuitive. After all, isn't effort supposed to equate to success? On the other hand, it's comparable to attempting to hold on to a handful of sand. The more forcefully you grasp it, the more it seems to slip through your fingers. The more you try to force an outcome, the more elusive it becomes. This phenomenon, often referred to as overt trying, is a common pitfall that many of us unknowingly fall into. So how can you prevent this? Understanding the paradox is the first step. Recognize that overtrying is a sign of resistance, not of progress. It's an indication that you're working against the flow of life rather than moving with it. Next, learn to balance effort with ease. This doesn't mean being lazy or complacent. Rather, it's about knowing when to push and when to let go. It's about trusting the process and embracing the uncertainty of the journey. It's giving yourself permission to relax, knowing that you're doing your best and that's enough. Chapter 13. Breaking free from expectations. Shackled by expectations, you might find yourself constantly working towards meeting standards set by others, often losing sight of your own goals and desires. You're not alone in this. It's a common trap many fall into. The pressure to conform, to fit into a certain mold, can be overwhelming. It's a cage made of societal, familial, and personal expectations that can be suffocating. You'll come to realize that expectations are merely projections of what others believe to be success or happiness. They're not yours, they're imposed upon you. It's like wearing a suit tailored for someone else. It might fit, but it'll never be comfortable. You'll constantly adjust, shift, and struggle, but it won't feel right. Breaking free from these expectations is a journey towards authenticity. It's about listening to your inner voice, your true desires, and your own standards. It's about defining your own success, your own happiness. It's not easy. It requires courage, perseverance, and above all, honesty with yourself. You must be willing to disappoint others, to go against the grain, to be different. Chapter 14. The freedom of non-attachment. Embracing the concept of non-attachment can reveal a profound sense of freedom, liberating you from the chains of expectations and allowing you to experience life in its purest form. Non-attachment isn't about detaching from life or emotions, but rather about not letting them control you. It's the understanding that your worth isn't tied to external factors, but intrinsically linked to your own self-awareness and acceptance. Non-attachment doesn't mean that you don't care about outcomes or that you don't have goals. On the contrary, it's the act of pursuing these goals with passion and determination, but without letting the end result define your happiness or sense of self. It's the freedom to fully engage in life without the fear of failure, rejection, or loss. Non-attachment is a journey towards self-discovery and inner peace. It means recognizing that your happiness and self-worth aren't contingent on the external world, but rather are nurtured from within. It's the process of letting go of the need to control everything and instead trusting in the natural flow of life. Chapter 15. Embracing the present moment. As you journey towards non-attachment, you'll find that it naturally invites you to fully experience and appreciate the beauty of appreciation. There's a deep sense of liberation you'll feel as you begin to understand that the present moment is all there truly is. Everything else is either a memory of the past or an anticipation of the future. By embracing the present, you'll be able to savor each moment and live with a sense of fulfillment. Embracing the present moment isn't about ignoring the past or future, but about recognizing their rightful place. The past is a source of wisdom, a repository of experiences that have shaped you. The future is a canvas of possibilities yet to be painted. However, the only time you can truly act, feel, and live is in the now. To help you embrace the present moment, it's essential to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to your experience in the here and now without judgment. It's about noticing the sensations in your body, the thoughts in your mind, the emotions in your heart. It's about fully engaging with your surroundings, whether you're alone in a quiet room or in a bustling crowd. Chapter 16. The art of non-resistance. In the journey toward non-doing, Learning to practice the art of non-resistance is an essential step, allowing you to accept life's ebb and flow without struggle or strife. This doesn't mean you'll be passive or indifferent. Rather, you're choosing not to fight against what is, experiencing life as it unfolds naturally. Non-resistance is about letting go of the need to control. It's about understanding that you can't always shape circumstances to your liking, and that's okay. When you resist what's happening, you create tension and stress. Conversely, when you practice non-resistance, you let go of this stress, accepting things as they are. Imagine you're in a river being carried by the current. You can fight against it, exhausting yourself without making much progress, or you can float along, trusting in the river's course. That's the essence of non-resistance. It's a gentle surrender, a trust in the flow of life. To practice non-resistance, start by observing your reactions. Notice when you're resisting, whether it's a situation, a feeling, or a thought. Then, instead of reacting, pause, breathe, and allow whatever is happening to just be. It's not about approval or resignation, it's about acknowledging the present moment without judgment. The art of non-resistance doesn't mean you won't take action when necessary. It's about responding rather than reacting, guided by wisdom and awareness rather than fear or frustration. Non-resistance is a path to inner peace, a key element in the art of doing nothing. Chapter 17. Finding harmony in imperfection. Life's imperfections, often viewed as flaws, can actually become your greatest teachers in the art of doing nothing. These aren't blemishes to be hidden away or solved, but opportunities to learn and grow. They're like the cracks in a piece of pottery filled with gold in the Japanese art of kintsugi, where the broken is made not just whole but beautiful in its imperfection. You may find it hard to accept your own imperfections. It's not easy to look at your perceived shortcomings and see them as something worthwhile. But just like the expert potter that fills the cracks with gold, you can learn to embrace these imperfections, not just in yourself but also in life. They're part of you, of your journey, and they hold valuable lessons. Remember, the art of doing nothing isn't about reaching perfection. It's about finding harmony in the present moment, just as it is, flaws and all. This doesn't mean you stop growing or improving. On the contrary, it means you accept and love yourself as you are now while still aiming to become the best version of yourself. In the grand scheme of life, these imperfections aren't failures, they're stepping stones. They're what make you unique. They paint a picture of color, texture, and depth on the canvas that is your life. So embrace them, learn from them, and find the harmony in their existence. This acceptance, this harmony in imperfection, is an essential step in mastering the art of doing nothing. Chapter 18. Letting go of the need to control. Embracing your imperfections is just one aspect of this journey. You must also learn to let go of the incessant need to control. It's a tough task, but integral to mastering the art of doing nothing. You see, control is a mirage, a false sense of security that keeps you in a perpetual state of stress and anxiety. Understand this: life is inherently unpredictable. No matter how much you plan or calculate, there will always be variables out of your control. It's like standing on the beach trying to manage the waves. You can't stop them, they're part of the ocean's rhythm, just as unpredictability is part of life's ebb and flow. The key is to relinquish your grip, to allow life to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean you become passive or apathetic. Instead, you cultivate a deep trust in the process, knowing that even in chaos, there's a certain order. It's about allowing events to transpire as they're meant to without your forceful intervention. Start by observing your behavior. Notice when you're holding on to control, when you're resisting the natural course of events. This awareness is the first step towards change. Then, practice acceptance. Accept reality as it is, not as you want it to be. This change won't happen overnight. It's a gradual process requiring patience and persistence. But as you learn to let go, you'll find a newfound sense of peace, a serenity that comes from the art of doing nothing. Chapter 19. The power of gentle effort. You'll discover that the art of doing nothing doesn't mean complete passivity. Instead, it's about harnessing the power of gentle effort. Think of it like a river that flows with ease, not fighting against rocks but flowing around them. This is the essence of gentle effort, to act without strain or struggle, allowing things to unfold naturally. Gentle effort is about finding the balance between trying too hard and not trying hard enough. It's about focusing your energy in a way that's productive and effective, yet relaxed. The key here is to let go of the need to force outcomes, to push and pull until you're exhausted. Instead, you'll embrace a more mindful approach, one that's patient and present. This doesn't mean you won't take action. Quite the contrary, you'll be more in tune with when and how to act. You'll listen to your instincts, follow your intuition, and allow your actions to flow from a place of calm and centeredness. It's about doing what needs to be done, but without the stress and strain that often accompanies action. In the art of doing nothing, you'll find that gentle effort isn't only more enjoyable but also more effective. It's a way of being that invites ease and grace into your life, allowing you to move through the world with a sense of peace and purpose. Chapter 20. Navigating life's uncertainties. Harnessing the power of gentle effort can also prove beneficial when dealing with life's uncertainties, providing a calm anchor in the midst of unpredictable storms. When you're unsure of what the future holds, it's easy to spiral into worry and panic. But remember, these feelings aren't your guides, they're simply reactions to the unknown. You can acknowledge them without letting them control your actions. Embrace the non-doing philosophy by allowing uncertainties to exist without trying to force answers or solutions. It's okay not to have all the answers. Sometimes you just have to let things unfold naturally. This acceptance doesn't mean you're being passive. It's an active choice to trust in the process of life. You can navigate through life's uncertainties with grace and ease by remaining present. Don't get lost in the what-ifs of the future or the should-haves of the past. Instead, focus on the now. What can you do in this moment that aligns with your values and contributes to your well-being? It could be as simple as taking a deep breath, going for a walk, or reaching out to a loved one. Chapter 21. The Wisdom of Inaction. In the art of doing nothing, there lies profound wisdom in choosing not to act, giving the world around you the space to move and evolve naturally. Picture yourself as a stream, calmly observing the rocks and debris that come your way. You don't rush to clear them. Instead, you flow around them, allowing the natural course of events to unfold. This is the wisdom of inaction, an essential principle of non-doing. When you let go of the need to control and manipulate the world, you start to experience life in its purest form. You're not detached or indifferent, but deeply connected, observing the world's rhythm and participating in its dance without trying to lead. You're at peace, and in that peace you find a deep reservoir of wisdom. The wisdom of inaction isn't about laziness or neglecting responsibilities. It's about understanding when action is unnecessary or counterproductive. It's about recognizing the power of patience, the virtue of waiting, and the courage to let things be. It's about realizing that sometimes the most effective action is no action at all. The wisdom of inaction teaches you to trust the process, to have faith in the natural flow of life. It invites you to embrace serenity in the face of uncertainty, to find strength in vulnerability. It is a shift in perspective that is subtle but powerful, and it has the potential to completely change the way you see life. Chapter 22. Unlearning the habit of forcing. To truly master the art of doing nothing, it's crucial to unlearn the deeply ingrained habit of pushing outcomes. It's a practice you've likely honed over years, perhaps even decades. You've been conditioned to believe that you must exert effort, endeavor, and struggle to achieve your goals. But in the art of doing nothing, you'll discover a different path. Consider the river flowing naturally and effortlessly towards the sea. It doesn't push or force its way. It simply allows the current to guide it. It's a prime example of non-doing in nature. Try applying this principle to your own life. Instead of striving for an outcome, allow things to unfold naturally. It's not about passivity or giving up. It's about finding the balance between effort and surrender. Unlearning pushing doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey. Start by noticing your tendencies to force things. Observe your thoughts and actions without judgment. Awareness is the first step towards change. Next, practice patience. Rushing and pushing often stem from impatience. Cultivate patience, and you'll find it easier to let go of the need to control outcomes. Lastly, trust in the process. Understand that every event in your life is unfolding as it should, even if it doesn't align with your personal timeline or expectations. This trust will allow you to relax into the art of doing nothing, creating space for natural, effortless progression. Chapter 23. The Liberation of Non-Striving. As you embrace the concept of non-doing and begin to let go of the need to force outcomes, you'll find a profound sense of liberation in the practice of non-striving. This isn't about being idle or inactive. Rather, it's about a shift in your mindset. It's about letting go of the stress and tension that comes with trying to control every aspect of your life. It's about the release of the constant need to achieve, produce, and always be moving forward. Non-striving doesn't mean you stop caring about your life or your goals. Quite the contrary. It's a deeper, more meaningful engagement. It's about being fully present and engaged in the current moment without worrying about the future or agonizing over the past. It's about trusting that you're exactly where you need to be, doing precisely what you need to be doing. The liberation of non-striving is the freedom that comes from recognizing that you don't have to be constantly striving, achieving, and producing to be worthwhile. You're enough just as you are right now. You'll find that when you let go of this constant striving, you're not only more peaceful in content but also more effective. Your actions become more purposeful, more aligned with your true self. You're able to respond to life with more grace and wisdom, rather than constantly reacting out of fear or a sense of inadequacy. This is the liberation of non-striving, the profound peace and contentment that comes from living in the present moment, free of the need to constantly be doing, achieving, or producing. Chapter 24. The Beauty of Unstructured Time. Embrace the beauty of unstructured time, and you'll discover a new dimension of freedom and creativity in your life. Think of it as a blank canvas, free of expectations, appointments, and deadlines. It's a space that lets your mind wander, recharge, and tap into new ideas. Unstructured time isn't about being lazy or unproductive. Quite the contrary. It's an opportunity to engage with your thoughts and emotions without the pressure of the clock ticking. It's a chance to immerse yourself in the present moment, appreciating the world around you without the need to constantly do, achieve, or accomplish. Delight in the simple yet profound pleasure of sitting quietly, observing the play of light and shadow, the dance of leaves in the wind, or the rhythm of your own breath. These moments of non-doing give your mind the freedom to explore, connect dots, and spark creativity. You'll witness a reduction in your stress levels and an improvement in your overall well-being if you are not constrained by the limits of organized time. You'll find yourself more in tune with your inner world, better equipped to handle life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. You might be surprised to find that unstructured time can be as beneficial and fulfilling as the hours filled with tasks and to-dos. So give yourself the gift of this time. Let go of the need to always be productive and busy, and you'll uncover the beauty and power of non-doing. Chapter 25. Living in Harmony with Life. Living in harmony with life isn't just about being in tune with nature or others, but about embracing life's flow order. This concept in the art of doing nothing is a spiritual approach that requires you to surrender control, to let go, and to simply be. It's through this mindful inactivity that you'll find harmony with life truly begins. In the dance of life, you'll find harmony by allowing yourself to flow with its rhythm rather than against it. Life's melody is composed of ever-changing moments, each with its unique cadence. When you resist, you disrupt this natural rhythm, creating discord and stress. But when you embrace life's flow order, you tap into a profound state of ease and serenity. To truly embrace life's flow order, you must first acknowledge it exists. Recognize that life isn't a series of random events, but a symphony of synchronicities. Every experience, every interaction, forms part of this grand orchestration. Understand that the universe has a way of aligning circumstances to create the most beneficial lessons for your personal growth. Next, practice acceptance. Accept the reality of the present moment with all its imperfections. Don't try to force outcomes or control situations beyond your influence. Let go of the need to constantly steer. Instead, trust in the flow and allow the current of life to carry you forward. The art of doing nothing is about surrendering to the rhythm of life. It's about dancing to its tune, not trying to bend it to your own. Embrace life's flow order, and you'll find harmony, peace, and fulfillment. Moving from this understanding of life's rhythm, let's explore how non-doing, a spiritual approach, can help you harmonize with the ebbs and flows of existence. Non-doing doesn't mean inaction or laziness. Instead, it's a mindful state where you're fully present, not pushing or forcing. It's about letting life unfold naturally without trying to control or manipulate outcomes. You're like a leaf floating on a stream, going wherever the water takes you. You're not resisting the current or trying to swim upstream. You're simply allowing yourself to be carried along, trusting the journey, and finding peace in every moment. Remember, non-doing isn't passivity but wise non-action. It's about dancing with life, not leading it. As Lao Tzu alluded, by letting it go, it all gets done. Welcome to your more serene, balanced, and harmonious existence. Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and also click the small bell icon to receive a notification every time a new free audiobook has arrived. Thanks again.